Hey, guys. Hey, welcome. MJ Windsor, what's up, MJ? How's it going? Hey, guys. Mara, Alice, Alyssa, hello. Hey, thanks for the hearts. Welcome. Those on the web, welcome. You got to go to periscope.tv to get the app so you can engage. Hi, Justice. Yes. Windsor, yes. Thank you for the hearts. Dan, what's up, Dan? Dan for life. Burning grip. Hey. Come on, guys. Oh, guys, invite your followers. This is going to be a very, very good interview, guys. This is the biggest person I've had on the Inside Truth. This is huge, guys. Come on. Yeah, look at that. They're already retweeting right now, as a matter of fact, Eric. They're retweeting this. Perfect. Nice. Let's go. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm going to get to it real quick, guys. This will be in less than 20 minutes, this whole interview. And okay, welcome. Let me pull up my notes. Hey, okay, thank you for inviting your followers. Much appreciated. Well, look, guys, Periscope is new. We know this, right? Connor, hello, Connor. So it may freeze up, but don't fret. I'm going to upload it for replay right after I'm done. So if you miss anything, don't worry. You can watch the replay. You're all good. Please invite your followers. Swipe right and invite. Perfect. Ayos, how you doing, Ayos? And by the way, guys, I just reached 50,000 hearts today. Isn't that awesome? 50,000. If you love this show, keep those hearts coming. If you have questions, I will ask the questions as well too. So, I'm getting right to it, guys. Fox has a show called Empire. It's the biggest show on TV right now. It's had the biggest numbers week after week after week after week. It's a juggernaut. It's crazy. And my viewers are blessed to have an exclusive interview with Mr. Eric Haywood himself. So this is awesome. So without any further ado, I'm going to put it over to Mr. Eric Haywood.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, Eric. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Inside Truth. I know you're very, very busy, so I won't keep you long, but oh my God, how does it feel being on everyone's guest list, Eric?
I'm not on everyone's guest list, so I can't really speak to that. But I can definitely say that it's been pretty amazing seeing the response to the show and how the audience has really embraced it and welcomed these characters into their homes.
I'm a fan. I love Cookie. I'm probably going to ask you if you can give us some spoilers or some insight, but I'll get to that in the end of the interview. I won't ask you right away. But okay, first things first. How'd you get on this show as a writer? I'm curious.
Let's see. When they were taking meetings with writers for the show's first season, this would have been last summer. I met with some executives at Fox, and then I met again with some executives at Imagine Entertainment. Each of those interviews went well, and then they brought me in to meet Eileen Chaikin, who's the showrunner and executive producer. That went well, and then it's sort of like the same process for pretty much every writer in the business, which is you submit your agent or manager submits your writing samples for whatever shows they think you'd be a good fit on. And if the response is positive, then they bring you in for an interview. Sometimes they bring you in for multiple interviews. And if you say the right things and the right people like you, then you get a job offer. So basically, it's sort of the same process getting this job that it would have been for any other show.
Oh, okay. So who are you rep by, out of curiosity?
I'm rep by ICM agency.
So you were with a big agency too. Okay. And were you off of a prior show and went into this show, or did you?
The previous show that I had written for before Empire was called Private Practice on ABC. I was part of the staff for that show's final season, and then went from Private to Empire.
Very nice. I'm curious. What is your end game? Because now, I mean, you're a writer, and we know most TV studios and networks, they give first look deals, development deals to writers who become showrunners and whatnot. Is that your end game, to be a showrunner and have your own shows on TV?
The end game is definitely to become a showrunner. That's sort of a long-term plan, though. Right now, Empire has the lion's share of my focus.
Got you.
Eventually, I hope to get there someday.
I think you're already going to be there now. I mean, tell me, has life changed for you? And because you're writing for the hottest show on TV, like, give me a glimpse into how much people are kissing your ass right now. I'm curious.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but it really doesn't work that way. It's not that glamorous. I'm one of the behind-the-scenes people, so maybe life has changed for people who are in front of the camera. Maybe life has changed for the people who are a little higher up the Empire food chain than I am. But basically, when you're a writer, you report to work every day, you pitch ideas, you break stories, and you do your job. There's not a whole lot of ass kissing at my level.
And okay, so now the way it works on a TV show is there's a staff of writers, obviously, and you all get an episode to write for the season.
Yes.
And you wrote the episode which I'm trying to refresh my. You wrote the episode 3 or 4?
Episode 6.
Episode 6, and that was the one. And that was the one where Cookie. What happened in episode 6? I'm trying to remember what that was.
That was the episode where Courtney Love's character was first introduced.
Ah, very nice, very nice. You're getting a lot of hearts too, by the way. I want to tell you, you're getting hearts. People are inviting
good. Thank you, everybody.
Their friends to follow. Okay, so I really want to, because just so you know, I'm in awe of you, Eric. You're the man.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You're being very humble right now, but like I know it where you're at is a blessing, and I'm sure you give a lot of hard work. Can you? Why do you feel you stood out amongst the writers to get on the show?
I honestly don't know. I can tell you that I have a background in directing music videos, which probably helped me a lot because that came up in my multiple interviews. That was my career before I got into writing for television. So I had that connection to the music business. Beyond that, you go on these various job interviews. You sort of swing for the fences and put your best foot forward, and then it's honestly completely out of your hands when it comes to the executive producers and the network and the studio making their final decisions. So, once you get the job, you usually are too grateful to circle back and ask them, well, why me? You sort of feel like based on whatever you bring to the table and whatever you said in the interview and whatever writing skill you demonstrated with your writing samples, plus your work history, you feel like all of those things sort of combined helped you get the job. But as for specifics in terms of what made me stand out, that would be a question for the people who actually made me the offer.
And what's it like working with Lee Daniels? I'm curious.
Lee is fantastic. He has you really have to bring your A game when you're in the writer's room with Lee, because he's very clear, has a very clear vision of what he wants. But you also have to make sure that you are balancing the vision of not just Lee, but the co-creator Danny Strong, and not just Lee and Danny, but also Eileen, who's the other executive producer and day-to-day showrunner. But Lee in particular is great. He always comes in and you pitch him your ideas. He gives you immediate feedback. He knows immediately what he wants and doesn't want, and he can take any idea and flip it and make it at least 50% better.
Wow! So he really is. He's not an urban legend. He really is that multi-talented, that vision. He's a visionary. He's the guy.
I think his work history speaks for itself.
It does. So, can you tell us who will be the next season's biggest marquee names on the show? Out of curiosity.
the network actually announced yesterday that Chris Rock and Alicia Keys and Lenny Kravitz will all be appearing in season 2, and they also made a deal with Neo to work with Timbaland on the music for season 2. So they're bringing in some heavy hitters this season.
Now I've been tracking the show. I also follow Lee Daniels on Instagram as well as Lenny Kravitz. But I saw him with Denzel. Is Denzel going to be on the show for next season, or is that under wraps?
I saw that too, and I don't know.
You really don't know, or what do you think? What do you think? Can you speculate?
I don't know. You get to the point where you don't speculate. You sort of like, you wait until someone, like I said, higher up the food chain comes along and says, we need a story for Lenny Kravitz. And then you cross that bridge when you come to it. Or we need a story for Alicia Keys, and you cross that bridge when you come to it. So it would be impossible to sort of spin your wheels speculating on who you might get, because there's so much work in front of us just dealing with our existing cast, which is a phenomenal group of actors in and of themselves. And then on top of that, the people who they have already made deals with. There's just literally not enough hours in the day to say, well, what if we got this person and this person? Here's what we could do with them. So you sort of have to pace yourself. And if they come to us one day and say, we just made a deal with this actor or this singer or this rapper or whomever, then we begin coming up with character ideas.
I see. Someone had just asked, and I'm sorry I missed the question when it came up on the screen, but I think they're basically, I'm going to paraphrase it. How do you pitch your ideas to Lee for episodes? I think they want to know, do you do research and then you pitch Lee, or for the
It depends on what the idea is. It's a combination of things. Some things you pitch from your own life experience. If you're doing a story, let's say Andre and Rhonda, you may, say, well, I'm married and I had this experience and I think it would make a great story for this married couple. In some cases, you may do research. You research, once again, when it comes to Andre, just as an example, you may research something about his bipolar disorder. And you say, here's something that I found that I think would be interesting, would make a great story for Andre that allows us to delve into, the bipolar aspect of the character. Or you may say, and just as a writer, as a creative person, some ideas come to you just because you're sort of trained to generate your own quote unquote good ideas on your own. So you may come to Lee and the other executive producers and say, here's something I would love to see Lucius do, or here's something that I would love to see Cookie do. And sometimes you get the reverse, which is Lee comes into the room and says, here's what I want a story about X, Y, and Z. And then the writers begin to, bounce ideas around that follow that mandate that gets handed down to us.
I see. And what are you writing right now? You're writing for season 2, you're writing episode 3, 4, 5, 6?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
We're taking it one step at a time, and you don't sit down at the beginning of the season and get every episode assigned. They sort of get assigned as we roll them out. So I won't know that. I might know tomorrow, or I might know next month. But as of right now, I don't know which episode or episodes in season 2 I'll be writing specifically. But we all contribute. Every episode is a collaboration at the idea stage.
Do you know the story arc for next season? Is that at least known to you and the writers? You know where it's going to go?
Oh yeah. We have story arcs that we build off of.
Okay. So someone asked, you probably don't know the answer to this question, but they asked, will the reruns be on Netflix for season 1? Someone asked.
I'm not the authority on that, but I can tell you, it's my understanding that Fox made it, and don't quote me on this, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I read Fox made a deal with Hulu, and
wow.
I'm pretty sure that means that they will not be on Netflix.
Wow.
I believe they're available on Fox.com though, and you can see them there for free.
So Hulu's going to get it. Wow, that's huge. I mean, because I read yesterday in Variety that Fox is playing it safe. I'm quoting Variety. Fox is playing it safe and creating programming around Empire, because this is like the beacon show of the network. They got rid of American Idol. So I'm just...
Well, American Idol's around for one more season.
Oh, it is? Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I saw...
The next season will be its last one.
Now, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick, because I know you got to get back to writing, doing your work, but can you're a role model, Eric. You are someone who obviously has a high level of professionalism. You're obviously a hard-working go-getter. Can you give my viewers who are aspiring to be like you one day, like, can you give them some advice, some real solid hitting home advice?
Well, first of all, thank you for that. I can tell you, actually, as far as specific advice, one thing that I will make mention of is I actually write a TV writing blog called Writers Room 101, and you can find it it's written for Script Magazine. You can find that at scriptmag.com, and what I try to do is give people who either have gotten their first or second job in the business, or who are still trying to break into the business. I try to give some very practical, hands-on advice that people can actually use over the course of getting their career off the ground. So it's sort of a broad question, and there's really like no one thing that I can tell people to do, but I would definitely direct you to the blog. There's a new post every other Tuesday, and if you go there now, there's already at least a good dozen or maybe even more entries where you can just dig through them and get what I would consider some very practical advice.
LaDon said hello to you, Eric. One of the viewers.
What's up,
LaDon? Well, wow, Eric, dude, thank you so much. Like, I'm honored, because I personally know what it is and what it's like and what it takes to get to where you've gotten. And I'm sure, are your parents still alive? And they Eric?
Yes, they are. My whole family are among Empire's biggest fans.
I bet they are.
They're eagerly awaiting season 2.
Oh, they're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Yeah, dude, man, I bet your mom will not stop talking about you. Let me tell you, you're the man, sir. You're the man. You are.
Thank you very much.
Hey guys, let me. Is there any questions? I'm gonna let them go right now. But is there any questions you guys have? I saw the questions that came up. Are there any more questions before I let Mr. Haywood go? Ask him now. Okay, scriptmag.com. Scriptmag.
Yes.
SCRIPTMAG.com. Yeah, do a screenshot of that, guys. Yes, thank you, whoever put that. Thank you. If you guys enjoyed the show, let me see the hearts. Come on. I know I shouldn't ask for hearts, but this is the biggest person on my show. This is crazy. Well, look, guys, thanks for tuning in. My next guest on the next Inside Truth is going to be film financier Chris Brown. He's not the Chris Brown, the singer. It's an old white guy, Chris Brown. But he's going to be on, I believe he's going to be on either Thursday or Friday. He's going to tell you how he looks at films to fund, and how, like, the whole matrix of funding a film and what he requires. So maybe you have a film that you want to have funded. Maybe you'll learn how to submit a proper packet to a film financier. Question: best show of the season? No, okay, best show of season 1 for you, someone asked. That is, his name is, this is Troy Johnson Jr. wants to know, what is the best episode of the season to you?
I can't answer that because I'm too close to it. I was there for, they hired the writing staff. Lee and Danny wrote the pilot, and then they hired the writing staff to come on board to create the rest of the season, episode 12. It would be impossible for me to pick a favorite because I was there for the creation of all of those. So I guess the fairest thing that it would be for me to say would be the pilot, because the pilot set everything else off. It put all the wheels in motion, and without that, I wouldn't be here.
Good answer. He gave a good answer, guys. Well, look, guys, thank you. Hey, all of you who joined, thank you so much. Those who joined in late and on the web, well, first of all, those on the web, go to periscope.tv so you can engage in future broadcasts. Those who came on late to the broadcast, don't worry. I'm going to upload it right after this interview so you can watch the replays for 24 hours. Thank you so much, guys. You guys all have a great day. Be phenomenal. I'll see you guys on my next broadcast.